Hi folks, my name's Chuck Nute. I'm here with the Winking Pig Barbecue. And you're watching a new episode of Chuck's a Cookin'. And tonight we are making scalloped potatoes. And not just any scalloped potatoes. They're Dorothy's scalloped potatoes. And Dorothy was my grandmother on my dad's side. So my paternal grandmother who made these scalloped potatoes. And she left me the recipe in a kind of sort of way. Basically, my brother and I used to spend a lot of time at my grandparents' house because they only lived like 4 blocks away from us, so we spent a lot of time there. And in fact, we walked there quite often when we were kids. And so, while she never actually wrote down the recipe, I spent enough time there watching her make it, and as an adult, I was able later to, after she passed, I was able to piece it all together again. And so, I'm happy to bring it to you, to share it with you, and you know, it's one of those things that I want to pass on to my kids. So let's turn around and see what we got here. Alright, so here what we got, don't need that. What we've got here is a bowl of potatoes that I've already gone ahead and peeled. I've got some salt, some pepper, a little bit of white flour, a stick of butter, which I'm going to go ahead and open up here. We don't want to eat the paper too. Okay. So, and then we've got us a loaf of cheese product here. This one happens to start with a V. You probably know what I'm talking about. So, and then over here we've got a 3-quart baking dish. And it actually tells in the bottom, 9 by 13. Now, and this this recipe can be expanded or contracted, you know, to suit your needs for the amount of people you're going to feed. Thanksgiving's coming up, and I'm going to be feeding quite a few people. So I peeled these and I put them in a little bit of salt water there. We're just going to cut these all about maybe slices of 3/16 or so. Now, one thing you're going to see here is that I'm not going to use any measuring equipment at all throughout the making of this recipe. We're just going to wing it. Alright, so now we take these potato slices and we're going to just begin to layer them into the bottom of our dish over here. I may end up having to peel more potatoes. I don't know yet. We'll just have to see. Every batch is going to be different because your size of your potatoes are going to be different and whatnot. And that's one potato, and we don't really have a good cover on the bottom there. Now, I could pull out my ramekin down there, or not my ramekin, my mandolier down there, and slice these potatoes real easy. But I want to give some people, you know, a little confidence if they don't have all the nice kitchen equipment that I might have. I mean, I don't have everything I'd like to have, but you know, I do have a mandolin down there where you can just go shoot, slice it right down. And quick. I just want to show you that anybody could do this recipe. All you got to do is have the a baking dish and, you know, the ingredients here. You don't even need a measuring cup or measuring spoons or anything. You can do this. This is actually based upon one of my grandmother's recipes. She used to maybe make what we call scalloped potatoes about once, I don't know, every 3 or 4 months during the year. But like I said, this is for Thanksgiving, and it's the time where the family is together that knew my grandmother, so I like to kind of try to you know, just revive it a little bit. Now, you want to make sure that, if you can, that your loaf here is cold, because it's going to cut and pull off easier if it's cold. Now we just want to kind of begin pulling it apart a little bit and space it around in the bottom, over the potatoes here. Doesn't have to be exact or anything else, just kind of, but you want them pretty cheesy, so we're going to use quite a lot of this cheese loaf that you see over here. And not only are we going to use the cheese, we're also going to use the butter as well. And we're going to use it all. Don't be shy with the cheese here. You don't really want to skimp on it. These are going to be cheesy potatoes. Excuse me, I kind of got the sniffles tonight. I'll see if I can't do something about that here in a minute. Okay. Now we're going to come through and just kind of cut up some pats of butter. Spread them in here. No real rhyme or reason to them. As it melts in the bake, they will, the butter will kind of spread out throughout. It's also going to help the cheese there to kind of spread out also. Okay, so more potato. Oops, almost forgot. We're going to take and put a little sprinkle of salt on this. A little crack of pepper in it. Now, of course, you can use regular. If what you've got, the pepper shaker, be my guest. Not going to hurt it a bit. Then we're going to take a little pinch of this flour right here. And we're going to kind of spread that around in here as well. We're not really coating everything. We're just kind of giving a very light powdering. I hope you can see that. I just lost a potato slice. Cardinal sin. One for the trash. Okay, we're just going to begin layering these potato slices right in here on top of the others. I'm going to go ahead, while I'm thinking about it, go ahead and start preheating my oven for 350 degrees. Yeah, it's starting to look like maybe might have to put, to go ahead and peel some more potatoes. Kind of the way it's looking here. That's alright, I got more in there. But at the same time, I'd rather had to peel more than had too many peeled, because I guess I could have saved them for hash browns in the morning, but and so the purpose of the flour is just to kind of, a lot of moisture, some moisture is going to come out of the potatoes and also the butter and the flour is going to kind of make a roux. So it's going to act as a thickening agent. Down in here. Here we go. We're starting to look pretty good here with this layer. So it's time to plop some more cheese in here and just continue on. Like I said, you know, you can, you know, maybe you're only feeding 3 or 4 people. Maybe you're probably not going to need a 3-quart baking dish here. Maybe a 2-quart would work. And so this, you know, it's not about measurements here, other than just following along with what I'm doing here for the size of your dish. So my goal, maybe you're the new cook in town, and maybe, you know, so maybe you don't have everything that like I said, that I've got, and I'm hoping to give you some confidence that you can do this. Again, a very simple recipe that I think the average young person can handle. No measuring or anything. It's just a matter of potatoes, butter, salt and pepper, and a little flour, and that's it. Not fancy. Cool. More butter. Oh yeah, I forgot, there is one more ingredient that I haven't gotten out of the refrigerator yet. We'll get to that in a minute. That's the last thing we do. There's one whole stick of butter. And we're going to do a little salt and pepper again. Maybe my 8 potatoes is gonna get me there. Starting to look like it will. Good layer in here. Now, and we want to make sure when we get this last layer, it looks like it's going to be, we want to make sure that we put one more layer. Oops, I'm goofed up here. Maybe you know what I forgot. Wash and dry my hand real quick. You can take a little sprinkle of this flour on there. Okay, that's that. Now we'll go back with the potatoes. Well, we're going to see if we can't squeeze this last potato in here. There we go. We got all of our potato in. We're going to give this thing one last coating of the cheese here. Now you're really not going to make this too cheesy. Too cheesy is not going to be a fear. One last slice, I think. It's going to have us there. Maybe the remainder of my cheese product will go in with a bottle of salsa or something and some chips one of these days. Sounds like a plan. Okay, so I'm going to grab a couple things out of the refrigerator. One of them being another stick of butter. I'm not going to go very heavy on the top of this with the butter. And I'm also not going to add any more flour to the mix over here. Just to kind of break up a little chunks like that. If it just came out of the refrigerator, if it's real butter, you're not going to have a problem breaking it up like that. If it's margarine, it might be a different story. Like I said, this butter is going to help to get our cheese to flow a little bit. Although it is a creamy cheese product stuff, and it's already going to be a little bit on the easy to flow side. There we go. Have an empty space there. So one last hit of the salt and pepper. Because unless your potatoes maybe come from somewhere along the coast and grow in salt water, the potatoes probably don't come pre-seasoned. So there's that. And now then, I have a container here of half and half. If I can get the seal broke off of it. Goes. Now then, almost forgot this. And we're going to just pour that in here, and we're going to want to start seeing it. Just about the time we start seeing it coming up along the edges is about the time we want to quit. Now I told you we were going to have a roux. This is half and half. Not only are we going to have a roux, we're basically going to have a cheese gravy going on in here. Alright, now then, I think that's probably good. I'm going to take the camera off my stand here, see if I can't kind of get a picture of this for you so you see what I'm looking at. Okay, so maybe you can see down here along the sides, we're just kind of seeing the half and half come along through the cracks right here. That's what we want. We don't want it swimming. Okay? So let me get this camera put back on the stand. Tripod. Okay. So we're going to take this and we're going to put this in this 350-degree oven. And I'm going to clean up the mess a little bit. But while this is in here, we're going to come back in about a half hour and take a look at it. And what we should see is a pretty good bubbling kind of thing going on here. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so we're gonna put that right there on that middle rack. Like so. There, maybe you can see that half and half level right there is about halfway up the side of the pan there. Okay, so my half-hour timer went off, and at about 15 minutes I took a look at this, and I decided maybe the best part of valor was to put a baking sheet underneath there. It's looking good, but it's still got a ways to go yet. I'm really figuring it's probably going to take best part of an hour to get this. Pull it out just a little further. There you go, you can have a little better look at it. But it's still looking pretty raw. And when it comes time and I think it's getting done, I'll test it with a knife, make sure our potatoes are cooked through. So at any rate, I decided I like cleaning pans better than I like cleaning ovens, so I decided I'd put the baking sheet under my pan there. Alright, so I'm going to set my timer for another 15 minutes. We'll come back and take a look at it. Our 15 minutes has come and gone. We're not boiling over, but you can see how it gets. That's a combination of the cheese and the, the butter and the, well, everything. It's just everything causing it, including the starch coming out of the potatoes even. Alright, we're going to continue on. That's what we're wanting to see though. Okay, so we're going to set our timer for another 15 minutes and come back. Okay folks, let's see what we got going. We're getting there, we're definitely getting there. What we're wanting to see. We're not there yet, but we are getting there. It's been an hour right now in the oven. Okay, let's shut it up. Give it another 15. Back in 15. Okay, we're back. Oh boy, we're almost there too. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to set the timer here for about 10 minutes now, because we're getting closer all the time and we don't want to overdo things. Okay, so that 10 minutes has come and gone. Wow. That right there is what I'm looking for. So, let me get a knife. And these potatoes, oh yeah, they're easily done. Alright. So, we're going to pull this out. We need to let this rest for a little bit. There we go. And you can see that it's still bubbling real well there. So yeah, if you was to put that in your mouth right now, be kind of like hot tar. So we're going to let it rest. Alright folks, well there you go. I did take the liberty of taking a knife and while it was still good and hot and kind of loosening up the cheese around the edge here. So I wouldn't have to fight it so much when it was cooled down. But this stuff, it is still looking beautiful. And it's time for a little taste here. So I'm just going to cut a little spot out here. It is actually going with me to Thanksgiving dinner. So they're just going to have to get over the fact that I took a taste test out of this. And you can see, I'll try to turn this around. I can handle the handles now. But you can see that it holds together very well. That's exactly the way it ought to be. Alright, so it's that time again. Okay folks, well this is a recipe that was handed down kind of sort of from my grandmother to me. Not that she actually ever wrote it down, but I sat and watched her make it enough times in the kitchen that I was able to piece it together myself. And it's certainly a recipe worth sharing and a recipe worth it handing down to my kids. And so here you go. I hope you saw that it was a very easy recipe, no measuring involved, and I think it'd be very easy for you to replicate at home yourself. So it's that time. I love the flavor of that scorched cheese on the top of the scalloped potatoes here. And this certainly brings back the memories of childhood, my childhood. And wow, like I said, very easy, and you can do it. So, I hope you've enjoyed the video as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. If you like what you've seen, do me a favor. Hit like and subscribe. There's more to come.